Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101, where we give you fun, new rock painting ideas that anybody can create. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get painting. Like the caption said, we're going to do a fun autumn tree rock. Always playing around with different techniques and ideas that I think would be fun for you guys to try. I am going to do like a mosaic style design here to do an autumn tree, and I haven't done it on a rock yet, so I can't show you a rock yet, but I've been doodling with this on paper and they look so pretty. So today I'm going to be using extra fine tip paint pens. Like always, anything that I ever do with paint pens, you can do these things with acrylic paints as well. If you're going to do this style of design with acrylic paints, I will suggest either some dotting tools that have nice pointed edges to them, or even like toothpicks to help get the paint into these shapes we're going to create, because we're going to be creating, you know, triangles and squares, and that can be difficult to do with a paintbrush, but you can do it. And I have done these style rocks before with acrylic paint. You'll just want something to really help you get that paint into those shapes, and it'd be a lot less frustrating. So I've got my three colors. I've got gold, we're going to use as an accent at the end, and then black that we're going to use for our lining and outlines. So the first thing I want to do is place down the base and the branches for my tree, because we're going to go back inside the black later with the gold at the end, which will look really nice. Gives it a nice little shimmer, and it takes some of the darkness away. I don't want an overly black rock. So I am making this line thick enough that I can go back in and add gold at the end. So we're just giving our tree some land that we're going to be working off of, and then we're going to build our branches. Now I'm going to use straight style lines. Since it's a mosaic rock, I don't want a bunch of curvy, wavy lines on here, so I'm going to do more of straight point turns, and then we'll have a stump here, or a trunk, and then we're just going to add a few of these, and then we'll thicken them up because I'm going to put the gold in this area as well. So you can do as many branches as you like. You can always come back and add branches once your design's on here if you feel like you need more. Again, I'm doing the branches first just so that it gets more time to dry. But if you're doing these at home, you can do the leaves, if you will, first, and then come back and add your branches if you'd like. This right down. And if you're doing a Halloween rock, you could just leave it like this. Put a little moon in the sky. Nice bare tree. A lot of our trees are starting to get that way. We have a very breezy day today. I have a feeling a lot of leaves are going to be on the ground by the end of today. Oh, I almost put that away. I am going to outline all of these little mosaic pieces with black as well. So I'm going to start in the center and break apart the background. So I like to do triangles, not hexagons, I'm sorry. Is it a trapezoid? That's kind of four-sided, but not necessarily a square. So we're just going to start dividing these pieces. And there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to how I'm doing it. You're just going to start creating these shapes. You do want it to come down past your bottom branches, but not all the way down. And I like to leave the outside edge not straight. Like, you want to have some fun shapes along the outside of your tree branches, because a tree usually doesn't come and make this perfect straight line along the edge. So we're just going to keep breaking these up. And you can make them as big or as small as you want to. Just remember you're gonna have to fill these shapes, so you can start with them bigger and then create some of them smaller. I do have some tips for filling them in though, because when you're using 3 colors, you do want to make sure, I like to make sure that the colors don't actually touch anywhere. So there's a few tricks to pull that off too. One more over here. Okay, so as long as we have a shape off to the edge of each one of our branches, and see how, this is what I meant. We've got this nice fun outside. Now you can also add just a couple shapes, like I was talking about today. My leaves are falling, just a few of them kind of floating down. It's kind of fun. All right, now it's time to start filling. If you want to plan ahead, you can kind of come along here. This is just one little tip. It makes it easier for you. Just take one of each color and just start putting dots in where your colors are gonna go. So if this one's red, I don't want any of the ones actually touching it to be red. So we could do, this one can be red, then these two would not be red. So this could be red, not red, not red. This could be red. You know, so I work my way around the rock, placing these dots so that when it's time to come fill in, I can make sure that I'm not gonna run into any big problems where my red is forced to touch itself. See, like right here. So this is gonna be a problem. It's a good example. So here, I've got orange and yellow left. So if this was orange, this would be yellow, yellow. Those technically aren't, I guess those aren't touching that much. That could be yellow, yellow. So that works out okay. But what you can do, if you need to, I can put a red dot off to the side in here and add another line if I need to. Hopefully that's just not too confusing. But you can always add more lines to break pieces apart. So let's see here. Let's go in now with our orange. Okay, so we do, so that will be yellow, orange here. That can be yellow. So let's do this one yellow. So we'll do this one orange, yellow. This will be orange then, so we can make that yellow, yellow, orange. So it's just kind of visually, that way you can see that you have a good balance of color. So we'll do orange there. One of these two have to be orange, so since that one will be yellow, we'll do this one orange, so that can be yellow to split those two up, and then we'll pick one of the floating down ones here, like that. Okay, and then our last ones, as long as none of them are touching, will all be yellow. So I'll just start by coloring these ones in. And make sure my yellow's floating really well. And we'll just start filling in. And you want to get right out into those tips with the yellow. And then this is really going to start to become nice, bright. With the fall colors right now, it's very kind of dark looking. Now see, it still has kind of that spooky feeling to it just because of these black lines, but that's why we're gonna do the gold here. Now, once you've got all your color in, you can decide if you feel like you need to add any more sections, like to balance your coloring. I wanna add a yellow triangle up here. I feel like I need a little spot of yellow up there just to bring that brightness to the top. And other than that, I think I'm liking my balance. So you can really grow the tree out. If you have a bigger rock, you can make these massive, huge trees. is big, or you know, if you have a funny shaped rock, you can really make these in any shape style that you want to. There we go. Just needed that little bitty yellow at the top. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and fill in with our gold, and this is gonna really kind of lighten the look of it a little bit. Like I said, right now it's just a little bit dark. So I've just got, again, extra fine tip for the gold. Oh my gosh, there he is. Ah! This guy is gonna drive me nuts. House plants, I guess. All right, so we're gonna fill in with our gold here. And it's gonna add a nice shimmer to it as well. That's it. Now with a stone like this, I often will put like a phrase on the back of when I do rocks that don't have any words on them. My favorite fall thing is to write, "See the beauty in change," because that's just a wonderful little word. But then you don't have to worry about it being like this beautiful, fantastic font or script. You can just do it in standard letters on the back side of the rock, where you're gonna put your hashtag. So I'll probably actually write it this way. You can write it on there without smushing my tree here. And then you just don't have to worry so much about, I know that's a lot of pressure for some people that, sorry, you just don't want to mess up my tree. To have this beautiful fancy handwriting, you don't have to do that. You can put a little message on the back side of the rock. And then you can just use regular handwriting with a small paint pen. That little guy's back. So I don't know if you'll be able to see me while I write. I'm not doing any fancy writing. So see. A little crack here, I gotta write around. There we go. So see the beauty and change. Plain and simple handwriting on the back with a pretty picture on the front. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you give it a try. If you do, come back and share in the comments below. I always edit these and put them up on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find it over on Facebook to share your rocks in the comments as well. So with this rock, once it's completely dry, I will probably come back through and do a second coat of the colors, just because it is on a darker stone. I can see the stone through just a little bit too much for my liking, but I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do a second coat on all of these, because that would be boring. So I will share a picture of it when it's done in the comments below, and we'll see you again next week with another live rock painting tutorial. Bye bye.